Hello everyone. I had another video planned as the subsequent one, but plans for that went bad in like 3 or 4 or 5 different ways, and it didn't end up being super exciting, so we're just going to do a review. So we haven't done much at the house. We still have our wonderful pteranodons here. They've been super helpful. We have new people though. A couple of raptors. They replaced the one that I lost. Well, nothing can replace the one that I lost, but here we go. We do have some new raptors here. So they've been pretty good. I definitely have to be careful with them. Boy, you get really used to very large attacky dinos, so even raptors that have okay stats are not quite the same. We have at least one more new dung beetle. We will actually, I think I may put it before this video, so perhaps you just came from that, because that was going to be tacked onto the end of the video, and maybe I'll just tack it on to the beginning. We have this. It's not clear. No, not that. This. I can't grab my dodo. He's like this thing. The generator's in the way. So he's just stuck there. Luckily, it's the male. Which means that this gal can still lay the eggs around everywhere. And in fact, got a lot of dodo eggs. So we're good there. You'll notice we have a spino egg. That came from the central player in the video, which we never got, which is this new Spino here. I have never had any sort of aquatic dino. I left the door open. Let's see if anybody gets out. Never really had any sort of aquatic dino, and we've got this guy here as my first. It's been pretty good. I've been cruising around the water down there. I haven't taken it out into the deeper areas because I'm not a big super fan of that, but I really need to at some point because it's a high level. It is one of those original 135 Spinos that I mentioned a while ago. There was a 145 recently, but there are no Spinos left downstairs at this point. I don't know where they went. I don't know when they're coming back. I'm glad I got this one when I did. And in fact, I was going to use the same little taming cup, which I will show you in a minute. I was going to use it for him. I went down to get it, and it had disappeared in the course of 2 to 3 minutes. It was pretty disappointing. I've gotten more oil than I ever need. So the dung beetles are just here for show, and in fact that's going to eventually be the focus of our video here today, is getting more friends for them. As you can see, we have loads of gasoline, and there's more in other places. Has that dropped down yet? That's dropped down. Let's go see. A red is always welcome. You may have seen that we have other new dinos. We'll just view them from the air after we see what wonderful things we get in here. Absolutely useless. That is the worst red drop I have seen. Alright. We have a second UD, and it's just, I caught him in exactly the same spot as the first. They're both males, unfortunately, so still no females. So no eggs for us. But he was, his U2 is that one. As you can see, he's actually higher level. Because I think that first UD was a 115 and U2 is a 135, so that's good. You can see Spina over there is very high level at 262, though nobody's quite caught up to the Aloe at 270. But I threw a lot of levels on Spina. Yes. Spina tamed as a 201 when it was done. So I put 61 more levels on there because I cruised a good quarter of the entire map and just went crazy. Spina is a great fighter, and she is as good in the water as out. And in fact, that egg that I got from her was while she wasn't tamed yet. I actually stole the egg and she chased me, and I'm like, well, we're going to do something about this. You'll know, well, I mean, again, as usual, I'm backlit here. We also have this guy who's a bear, a low, you can see level 42 tame, a low, thank you, a low level bear, but I only needed the bear to do one thing, and that is very key for what we're going to do today. We'll talk about bear in a second. Let's go to the taming area, and in fact, the area that is where I tamed the Spino, which is where the second to last Spino, the last one was over here. And I came back to draw it over to the taming area and gone, and I haven't seen anybody respawn. So this is a very scorched earth-like save, in that at some point it just decides, nope, you're not getting any more of those. Lots of things have spawned. There was a nice round of spawning fairly recently, but nothing particularly interesting has come out of it. So the other spino was in this area, the 135. It had been there, I think, since we got here, probably since the game originally loaded in. And I started the video right about here, and this is the taming thing. It started out as a 2x2. He hopped over it, or she hopped over it like 5 times. So I expanded it to a 2x3. She hopped over it 5 times. I expanded it to a 3x5. Still hopped over it a bunch of times. I then landed up here thinking about what to do, and I turned around and it was in. And it was trapped, and I didn't trust it for a second because she kept climbing out like a cat, like front paws right up here on the side, and then would just hop right out and chase after me. So I just hung out and I shot from up here till I knocked it down, and luckily the length of the shot didn't mean that I hit them after it had been knocked out, because actually my second Yudi went that way. I gave it 1 extra shot and I lost about 4 levels, but no big deal, 4 levels. Obviously it's got such a high level already, it doesn't matter. The actual way up was here, and I kept it just in this corner because it's very well protected. This is a nice corner for taming. And then this lower side, so I let it out on the side. Now this other ramp and the lower side are for taming, attempted taming of the bear. Let's see if it's still there. It is so dark I can't even tell. I think it despawned. Or it walked away. I tried to tame the bear in a really nice place and I got lazy, so don't get lazy. Yeah, I just don't see it. Again, I'm backlit here and I'm not about to turn close the window again. So we'll go to where we found both bears. The one that got away was a 135, so that's very disappointing. The one I got was a 25, but it's not a fighting animal. It is a harvesting animal, and we'll talk about that in a second. I believe right up here is where I tried to tame it. Yep, here we go. I can't make this any brighter, I'm sorry. Should have waited till the daytime then. This is kind of silly. In any case, it's just a little 4x4. I made it out of wood, and I read that bears hit as hard as Rex's, and that is totally true. But did I take that advice to heart? No, I did not. So it, in fact, broke out of here well quicker than I wanted it to, and it got away, and, well, I will rebuild this if I want another bear or whatever. But I actually, because I was trying to be conservative with materials, but in fact, as I saw the bear in there, I realized you don't need anything nearly that size. So I remembered the level 25. I think I'd mentioned it a couple of times in earlier episodes as we were in this area. And I created somewhere around here, I'll find it eventually, an actually little taming cup. Here it is. Let's hope we don't get hit by anything. Just a one, single base, couple of doors up the sides, and just one little hit. The bears run fairly slow. Apparently you can even do this on foot. You're faster. And just over the top and hopped right in. Super easy tame. Like, it wasn't even worth recording. It was as easy as tames get. So that was really nice. So this is a really good area. If I need another bear, I can do that. Okay, so what are bears good for? Honestly, this is the first bear I've ever gotten in a game, so that's cool. And in the wiki, you'll see things about them being a pretty good early tame, and now that I have one, I have to agree. It is a pretty good early tame. It is a very good early tame, because as I said, you can just slap it, run, because you're fast enough. And is that a raptor? Yeah, it's a raptor, so let's go eat that. I still have problems with things attacking my house. Well, there it goes. Who's gonna get it? I really hope U2 gets it. Okay, are you just being annoying, or did you get... No, you certainly didn't. In any case. Actually, I would prefer that Baloo here gets it, but in fact, this is a temporary name, that's why it has a question mark in it. I did come up with a better name. And it's a name based on experience. So options, change name. We're going to call this a 1988 Volvo Turbo Wagon. Because that's what this thing is. Why, might you ask, is it that particular thing? I will show you. If you can see, this is kind of ridiculous. I don't like how dark things are, but we're going to do it anyway. What a bear does is it slowly speeds up the longer you ride it, to where it gets going actually very fast. So it's like the world's worst turbo in action, and it can outrun pretty much anything. In fact, I think it outruns the base speed of everything in the game once it gets going, and until it hits something. It's a raptor. Let's try and take it, because, you know, I'm not a super great bear, but... Oh, now is that a... Yeah, I'd like to kill these one by one. As you can see, it's got some good knockback. Did that just drop out of the sky? Or did that actually just magically appear there? I'm gonna guess drop out of the sky, which makes it a lot like a baby black sheep, but that's just the way this game is sometimes. So, considering this is a low-level bear, this started with about 900 and change health. I've been putting almost all it into health, though I would like a little more melee damage. I can't click right now. What's the deal with that? There we go. That was weird. Anyway. Oh, I forgot. He stands up when he does that. It's cool. Alright. So, this is a pretty good animal. Especially, like, high weight, goes fast. The stamina didn't go down too badly, and the stamina points go up pretty quickly. Fairly high health for a starter, considering it's a 25. Easy to tame. Just took a few shots. Actually, it took a lot of shots. That would be the one thing. You might want to wait until you get at least a bow and arrow, and really highly recommended for it to have... What is... Oh, that's a bug. Highly recommended for it to have a... Let's go kill him. I mean, I know I'm getting a little too aggressive here, but... Will you chase? I think you should chase. Why aren't you chasing? There we go. It's got decent knockback, too. So, also does pretty well fighting. So, I mean, as a low-level animal, it's doing really well. I can't click again. What if my mouse is going out? Now that would make me an unhappy person. Let me see. I can try it. No, because it does fine when I'm doing the attack. So, we'll see what happens with the game. Maybe we'll have to start and stop again. But as you can see... Once he gets going with the gallop, he is moving plenty fast. And as long as you don't hit anything, you'll be fine. Once you hit something, it's got to start again. But you can also get fairly far. My stamina is only down by half now. Alright, so they just... See, I don't know if I want to take 3 at once. But on the other hand, I can run if I have problems. So, and those guys are running already, so maybe I can just go after him. See what the other guys are doing. Level 90? I mean, that was a pretty easy kill for, you know, a mid-level raptor. I'd like to point out that Parasaur just appeared out of nowhere. You know, one more little bug like that in this game, and I might restart this one. Okay, so this bear is pretty good. One other thing that you'll notice, in the bottom corner, bottom right there, I have a little thing. And that's a bee. And the bear can actually detect when there's a bee's nest nearby. And in fact, that is the point of the bear. That is why I got it. This bear, this very specific bear... So let's see, I'm going to do health. I'm going to basically be sort of matching health and melee. Alright, wait, let's, hold on. Sun's coming up, let's do that next one. In a sunny area where we can actually see. This is actually part of the plan. It's funny how the dust specks are well lit, but okay, well that's good enough. Alright, so let's go. Give you your point. Come on. Come on, how awesome is that? Of course you want to see that. Alright. So, there is a bee's nest somewhere nearby. I actually looked around for it on my, on one of my birds just a little while ago, and I just can't find it. But he knows when there's honey nearby. I know where there is some honey. I actually already gathered it, and I'm considering going there just with the bear again, and we'll show you how it goes, because he seems to be pretty good at this. We'll run through here, and there's like, oops, see, you bounce off of Phiomia, and you gotta start winding up the engine again. Yeah, I just don't know where this other one is, but you gotta be super careful. Actually, around here, I gotta say, you probably want to be a little more careful, because you don't want to go off the edge here. Going the other way, there's more visibility. It was easier to see. But coming back, yeah, there wasn't as much visibility. It was kind of hard to make sure that you didn't get caught on something. Goes over these little bumpy rocks fairly easily, but the larger rocks stop it. So I know there are... Yep, and we're out. Oh. Dead? Dead or just ran? Whatever. I actually didn't look to see at the top of the screen. Alright, so let's go back. I had cut down a lot of this forest here a while ago, and it's finally growing back, but it's still pretty empty, but that at least makes this part easier to run through. Oh, I think I'm doing this the wrong way. Well, let's go the wrong way. Whoa. Okay, that's not something I wanted to do, because I don't know what its fall resistance is. Let's, it's not super easy to control, because you really need to be able to see what you're doing. And I'm just kind of guessing. At that point I couldn't see a darn thing, but we are close to the... Yeah, this is the way up. And in fact, we will just wait here while our stamina recovers. I'm going to be a little disappointed if we don't get... pardon me. Actually, I only have a little bit of salt. That is something I forgot to do. So we're going to get honey, clearly. That's what we're here for. This is a bear, after all. That's what they gather. The reason we want the honey is so that we can make sweet veggie cake. And the reason we want sweet veggie cake is not for sheep, because I haven't seen any yet. Instead, in fact, this is where I was hiding before. I want the honey so that we can get snails, because one of the problems you may have noticed in our house is it's just not full of enough animals. So we are definitely going to need some other animals in there. There was, in this area previously, a griffin. I let it away. Doesn't seem to have spawned any other. In fact, I killed a bunch of other things with my Pteranodon, and you can walk... Oh, so there's a kitty cat, so it's fine. I'm good to take one on. Yeah, not bad. Good bear. This is kind of an OP early game animal, so... Yeah, this clicking issue with that interface is a little annoying. Okay, so there's a beehive up there. This is the one I went to before. I had seen it a long time ago. I can climb up here, which is amazing. And right click, 15. Now, if I was to grab that normally, let's say I was in Gilly and I was willing to fight the giant bees, you still only get 5 when you grab it by yourself. So the bear not only gives it to you safely, but you get 3 times as much. So, and considering it's not the easiest of resources to get without the bear, I gotta say, with the bear being a fairly good gatherer of other types of food, as well as being a pretty good fighter, I think it's recommended, maybe even highly recommended, to actually get this thing early in the game. And on whatever next playthrough, I don't even know what that was. On whatever next playthrough I do on ARK, I think this bear is going to be an early tame. And you don't even need a high level one based on at least my experiences here. Obviously a higher level is better, it's going to do a good job, but I don't really think you need too high level of one. Just making sure I'm not going to get ambushed here by anything. And as you can see, just beavers, which is good. The beavers are kind of nice. Beavers are actually fairly powerful. So if there are a bunch of them living in the area, there probably aren't going to be many problem dinos, any metasauruses that are getting in the way. The beavers will generally take care of that. The bear saddle, I think, one of the saddles I used recently took a whole bunch of cementing paste, so I am going to be raiding those those beaver dams for a little bit of cementing paste. I hate to do it, but I have to. But that's okay. So as you can see, we can cover quite a bit of ground very quickly with this bear. And it's like we're just going to run out now, so I'll just wait. Put our brightness back to normal. But yeah, so you've got this giant bee honey. It is decomposing, but we are going to make some veggie cake out of it. Now, I have already gotten the tree sap, because that's the other main ingredient. I think you have to go this way. I got through it this time. I didn't the last time. Alright, let's see if we bump off a Phiomia. Nope, he's right there. Missed a little mobile poop, and we're good. This should get us all the way home. Little stutter there. And I really want to put my dinos back where they were before, but that's alright. Alright, I'll just park them here. You can see, this is a pretty good animal. I like him a lot. So, it is a female. Unfortunately, all of my mammals are broken and they don't lay eggs. But, you know, what can you do? This game isn't perfect. So, you can see one leftover bee honey I had from before. Let's, in fact, go right away and get... Let's see, I want you. Yeah, I don't have too much in the tank here. Let's go to where we're going to get our sap from. So, tree sap is only available from the unmovable, the unbreakable giant trees in where basically the thylas spawn. I think it's the redwoods. Yeah, that's it. So it might look like in this area, like these are sort of mini redwoods. In fact, around the edges of those large trees is exactly what these look like. So I'm just waiting here so that we can get over here quickly. I've tried a few other ways across. That's just a mammoth butt, not a problem. Just don't want it to be a fluffy. This is still just about the easiest and safest way to get across here for the very cold. As you see, I'm not even wearing my fur, which really I should be wearing. But even with the fur, if you go up the incline to our left a little up there, you die even with fur very quickly, within seconds. I didn't realize I had strayed quite that far up the thermocline. I did check right before I died. It was minus 62 degrees C, so no wonder I was dying, even in fur. But you can make it across here fairly easily, even if you've got this sort of cloth armor. Now, I've been canvassing for cloth armor, so in fact, I have... Well, I'm using a hide hat because it's an Ascendant one. They're not very heavy. But, you know, I've got a bunch of really decent, except for this one, cloth armor, and even I'd like to get a slightly better shirt, but that's okay. But once you're here... So, normally we would go down that way to visit our Anki, who is in the Crystal Palace, and in fact we still need to go back down there because I'm still a little short of crystal, though I found some new crystal, which I will show you shortly. But, oh, I'm starving. I expect it to be cold, and instead I'm starving. Oh, and I actually cut into the cold area 2-bit. That, I'm using the pointy part of my pteranodon. The large tree, which we're flying directly towards, is the closest and easiest, most accessible to get tree sap from. So I've put a platform which will pop in any second. There it is. And I've put 3 tree sap traps in there. I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, that if I put a platform here, no thylas are going to show up there. But you know what? We'll find out. We'll find out if we get hit with one from above. But I think this prevents it. So it accumulates sap pretty quickly because I was not here very long ago to get sap. So I considered putting a 4th one in here because it looks like it'd fit a 4th, but in the end, I mean, I'm getting so much anyway that I don't even need any more. There's no need to go to any of these other trees. I think it was like the one in the center there, the slightly farther tree. Like the very thickest ones are the ones that you can't cut down, but instead you can tap for sap. But we've already got more sap than we possibly need. So this is fairly close, but you can't really go straight across that way. I kind of tried, and I might make it. It's just not worth the risk. What I should, however, do is just do this because I am down. Come on, let's go forward. I am down a little bit in health, so I don't want to lose it on the way back. So those are the 2 main things you really need for the sweet veggie cake to get yourself some snails, which is what we are going to do. We are going to fly to a new area of the map that I haven't shown you guys yet. And I think... So if I go that way, I will die. If I go this way, I'll get pretty cold. If I go this way, it'll probably be pretty reasonable. The big issue is I'm flying in here with a little lower energy for the pteranodon, but that's alright. I mean, as long as I don't land on that Yudi down there, you can see right to the just below us, who's getting angry at that RG. But I should make it. In fact, even when I'm on the way back here, frequently there's a drop right below where I'm at right now, and I'll just grab the drop, and it's not too bad. So we're pretty much through. We're already out of the coldest area. And in doing this during the day, also when I died in the really cold area, it was also at night. So I'm not really sure what I was... Well, I can tell you what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking anything. But as you can see, you can fly all the way and just make it to this ledge here before Pteranodon's energy runs out. And if you're a little more heavily laden, you won't make it, and that's fine. You can even wait for just a few seconds in the cold area, and as long as you've got something warm on, you're fine. Alright. So we've gotten the 2 big things that we need for the sweet veggie cake. By the way, I have no idea how you find the recipe for the sweet veggie cake in the game. I actually looked for it, and I cannot find it. I mean, I just get it from the wiki because I know what it is. But for what you need for it is, and we might need to make some more, you need stimulant. I think I need to make more of that. So, to make stimulant, we need stim berries and spark powder. So that's right, I have a bunch of spark powder. So, let's... What's with the clicks? Okay, please. They love it back there. When I'm back there, they love to trap me back there. Stim berry, this is one of the... You can, oh, that's it? Wait. Hold on a second. Why is nothing... It's irrigated... It has fertilizer. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. But even so, there's only 90. Let's see. Do we have any more? I mean, 90 is probably going to be enough. It's funny. I've also started to use medical brews, which are basically just, portable energy. Portable health, excuse me. I think that's all we'll need. Do you know what? I can't even transfer that back. I'm going to cut this game off right now and reload it. So, talk to you soon. Hey, we're back, and just to let you know, that was user error. I changed the resolution of my screen when recording, just to make certain things about YouTube a little easier for me. and it was rendering at my original resolution as opposed to what I natively record at. And that means that things are mapped on the screen very slightly in different locations, which is why I couldn't click on them. All right, problem solved. Also, that was also user error because I was trying to put the stimberries back in here, and you can't do that. They go one way, like a Roach Motel. So I don't need all that many... Excuse me. I don't need... Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to pet people. 1 listro. 2. 3. There are lots of listros. We have, I think, 7 bugs, 3 listrosauruses, and 2 dodos. By the way, just before recording this spot, we got our second fertilized egg. So we have 1 fertilized Lystrosaurus egg and 1 fertilized dodo egg. So that means that we can make a baby dodo or a baby lystro here, as long as we put the egg in the right environment. It's usually just a temperature thing. In the right environment for that to happen, for them to basically to hatch it. And I don't think I'm going to do that anytime soon, but we'll see. I don't need another lystro. I don't need another dodo. I would rather, if these two were different sexes, to have actual eggs from them, but I don't, so oh well. Let's see, I decided to go melee damage to 400, and then we'll up the weight on this guy to catch him up to him. Alright, so we were here to make stimulant, and I think you need, yeah, a whole bunch of stim berries. Actually, I think I should have done another, so I need another 100 and change stim berries, so I want to do 2 of these. Look at that, just about what I need. Do you have any more here? Which one is a stim berry? You. Hey, you. Alright, and that gets us right where we need to go. So we'll put the other ones in here, because I'd already made some spark powder before. So we should be in good shape there. The rest of our sap, so sap does not decompose or whatever, it just stays. As you can see, we've already got, I don't need this much sap. So already with a single, I mean, I have three taps there, but honestly I only really needed 1. But I mean, they're cheap enough to make by this point in the game. I mean, I'm not getting any more levels. You'll notice I have XP and it just stays there. This little thing in the corner, which shows my XP going up, nothing. And I'm at 105, so the only way I can get more XP or get more levels is by a number of cheats. Not cheats, no, that's the wrong word. A number of additions to the game, which I can't get anymore because, for those of you who are aware, the official ARK servers have closed down. Or they will in just a couple of days. And then, actually I want to fly over to see if I can get a nice bit of clothes from this. ARK servers are closing down. They're moving to ARK Survival Ascended from ARK Survival Evolved, which is what this is, which is basically the same game with a new engine, Unreal 5 engine, blah, 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 but they've decided to completely end this, and it means that no more special events for this. It means I can't get any more chibis, which is how you get 5 or 10 extra levels, plus there's a couple of other things you can do to get some extra levels as well, but I don't think many of them are open to me anymore, so 105 is as good as I'm going to get. That is useless. Well, if it had a ring, I might have had something interesting, but unfortunately no ring. Alright. I'd mentioned that I'd found some crystal close by. Let's go visit where it is if I can remember. It is underneath the big rib cage. So it's not here. I went too far. Too close to home. It's actually along this line on what'll be on your left, and home is directly behind us. So I can take my Anki along this way, and it's still a lot of land, even though actually Ankis go through water faster, and it's under here. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to see it during the day, but honestly I have no problem landing here. Making sure that at least isn't anything directly annoying in our way. And sticking my head in here, and there we go. So these aren't the super big crystals, but they are good enough. And I'd like to get the Anki down here because we do have some decent amount of crystal close to home. So what I'll probably do is bring the Anki down, stick them on the raft them over as far as we can get. I have no idea how far the raft can get. It may not be very far. And then once the raft is close enough, we'll just dump the Anki off and ride him in there. I don't even think I need an escort because that Anki with 800 and some odd... What is it? With 800 damage, 800 plus damage, he can kill pretty much anything that's going to show up, and nothing's showing up. There's no crocs down there, which is almost disappointing, but I'm kind of happy about it. And there are currently no... There are no Spinosauruses, so what are you going to do? Just going to put everybody back. I do like to just keep them behind here. No real reason. Mostly just to be organized. So, alright. We have... I'm not even going to worry about putting the levels on them. The one thing I do want... Yeah, I just want the bear over here to be protected because he's still, or she is still only 1600 health. Hey, I lost my raptor outside because of that when they had 1600 health, but this thing hits a lot harder than a raptor. So let's go. So this should all be done. Pretty good. 40 stimulant and another 40. So what do we need in here? I have left some spark powder in there, so we'll throw some stimulant. You need some fiber. Really? Anyway, excuse me. Spoilers, I've already made some. But then you saw that. We also need these 3 special second. Let's do that. 6 different ones. You need 2 of those. You need 4 sap. And hey, we're right here. We can grab the sap. So I do like to preload this with as much of the stuff that we need. And then we'll need 2 of those to start. Then we just need water. And luckily, we have pretty much everything we need here, because here are all the water bags. I'll probably just use 6 for now, and I'll just go back and refill them as needed. And of course, we've got this here. So we've got loads of quick water. So setting up the greenhouse has been very handy for the stimulant and for the narco berries, and in this case, for... I'll just do these as a pair. And in this case, to have the water skin close by, because we've got irrigation, and to get all of the special second tier crops. And yep, there we go. I got sweet veggie cake. Greg, look at that, I remembered. And then we just I transfer this out, and you go 1, 2, 3, and you'll get another one, and then you can go 1, 2, 3 and get another. I doubt there's any difference in the actual... I mean, this is... It goes bad, but it's like 5 days, and I don't even think I need that much of the stuff because I'm going to be getting snails, and I don't really need that many snails. But, you know, we've got the bee honey. This is all I use it for. I could go fishing. Now, fishing is another way that you could get special things for the game, and I think... You could get outfits during like the Love Evolve thing, specials around Valentine's Day, and in a couple of other events. But alas, those things aren't going to happen anymore. So there's quite a number of special things we can't get in the game anymore, which is pretty disappointing. I'm going to have to look it up. I have to see if there's any others that maybe we can get. So let's see. I have 8 more, so I just need 4 more water skins. So let's make sure we have 2 more ready to go. 2, 3, 4, we're good. We can throw the other one back and keep moving. So this runs pretty quickly. You don't really need to worry about... Oh, perfect timing. 1, 2, 3. You don't really need to worry about anything going bad, especially if you have refrigerators. But even if you keep these in the preserving bins, it'll go pretty well. So there we go. We've basically got everything we need to finish this out. And yeah, I guess I can put that away, but I'll just wait until this is done. 1, 2, 3. So it's using, I think, 2 or 4 stimulant, about 25 fiber, so I should have enough here. I think 2 sap and 4 of each of these, or maybe 2 of each of these with every... Oops, there's a honey missing. I put 2 of the wrong thing in there, so we're just going to have to wait a little longer. It'll use 2... Something go away in here? No, doesn't matter. It's probably just decomposed meat. So it doesn't use very much of anything in here, except that it uses a bunch of fiber. Yeah, it uses 25 fiber. And it does use 2 bee honey, which is always the thing I can never get straight, because the sap stacks. So it's not a problem. It's going to use 4 sap. We are going to need ouch, just burn myself. We're going to need just a little more sap here. That will take care of it. But yeah, everything else stacks. It's just the bee honey which doesn't stack. And the reason for it not stacking is it's for the game. They want sap to be a limited item. So, oh, we're already over to next stack. Okay. They want sap to be a limited item for you, so they want it to be basically separate and all of it decomposes at once, which makes it a lot more like prime meat, because prime meat is not stackable. I'm just going to leave the stimulant in there. There's no reason not to. That's all I use it for. These are the medical brews I've been using as well. As you can see, you really don't need much of the rock carrot and oh, there it is, salva root. And the veggie cake's in there, so we're good. So we can use this now to get ourselves a snail, which is what we're going to do. So this is not where I want this. I don't know that we want to do anything particularly special on the far side of the map. So I'm just going to stay with... Oh, I probably don't need the heavy clothes on. Let's get rid of those. It's not like we're going to be running out of... It's not like we're going to be like in danger or anything or running out of heat, because we are going to the... I guess it's the swamp area of this map. It is out on the east side of the map. We don't need to trank anything because we're just going for snails. And then, by the way, we have pretty much a full set of really high protection flak armor. I actually wore that in as I started. Excuse me. I wore that in as I started the... let's make... I'm just going to do 6 because I don't care. We got a lot of it. I wanted 3, not 6. I will cancel it out after the 3rd. No. I'm going to do that. Because if you cancel it, you lose your ingredients. But if you remove the ingredients, you don't actually lose anything. So sorry, that was that was a calculated thing. I don't even remember what I was just talking about, so oh well. We're going to head over to the forest. Oh yeah, that's right. When I was going in to put the... What is it? The tree... I forgot. Put in the tree platform to put in the taps, the tree sap taps. I think I just want 2. Animals will eat that, so I think I need to keep that in my inventory. But then this is not... It's not a Vegisaurus, so I think that'll be good. And as you can see, it keeps a very long time in the inventory, especially with the preserving salt. I mean, I don't really care about the pelt or anything. I think we're good to go. Let me just grab a little more meat for myself. So I wore that very protective armor just in case I got jumped by a Thyla. I kind of almost wanted to, because I wanted to be able to jump and maybe get away from it, and then, of course, tame a Thyla, because they are pretty awesome. But I didn't have that chance, so oh well. So where are we going? We're basically... Oh, did I say the east of the map? I meant the west. Well, that shows what I know about my east from my west. We're going basically in the exact direction that I'm pointing. Though, of course, I'm going to check this first, just on the outside chance we get something good. Not anticipating it. Hey, I will always take spark powder. I don't need any of these other things. Alright. Let's head on out. So I have just gone out here once. That's how I found the snails and how I decided to get the... I just noticed something. The game is... I'm just going to keep going and hope that the recording looks good, but it's at a different frames per second than I'm used to on my monitor, and I'm not sure why that is. That must be me choosing the wrong thing. Could affect how the game plays. We'll find out. And that's not it. It shows how much preparation I went in for this particular episode. So we're going to see how this video looks. Maybe I record the whole thing again. It's fine. Can all be done again. Easy enough. So we are heading out. I meant to have the map up in there. We are heading out this way. We're essentially, this is where the waterway that comprises where we're living spills out. Monkeys. Monkeys are actually, I should tame those for the house too. They would be good house animals. Okay, because that's what we're doing right now is we are getting the snails for the house tames. Oh, those raptors are trying to catch the pteranodon. Good luck with that. I also, this is good to fly out here because I'm just curious to see if there are any Spinosauruses out here. Because this is kind of disappointing that it seems that every one of them have disappeared. That was interesting. Was that a... Yes! So there's another griffin. That's a fairly high level one. I think he was like a 130, so I'm definitely going to avoid him. Based on what I've read, even though griffins are kind of cool looking, they're not a super useful animal. I think maybe at one point in the past they were more, but they kind of been surpassed by some other animals. There's a Carno. I still need to get a Carno, because I did get my raptors finally, and we'll get a Carno soon because I want to have the whole set. Just call me Slughorn. So that's like sort of the salt flats out there. I didn't see any snails out there. I did see snail. In fact, I picked them up and put them all the way in the corner, all the way out here, the direction that we're going. So at that sort of very top end. And we'll see if he's still there. I don't know if these trees are a bug in the game, because it's not clear to me whether they should be dead. I think they should be dead with no leaves, but it's just not clear. One of the risks you always run in the swamp, other than things like crocodiles, is getting leeches, and you can get the swamp sickness. I can't remember what it's called. I've gotten leeches a few times, and you just have to step into fire to burn them off, because they slowly suck out your energy or your health. But you step in fire and it burns them off, and it's not too bad. Sometimes they don't burn off immediately, and then what you have to do is close the game and open it up, and then they're finally gone. This is not where I left the snail. I'm sort of looking at my energy here. I left him over here. There's... Oh, please stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Don't... See, I can't tame a snail if they're hiding in their shell. So what I'm going to do here, I just want to land and kill these guys. But oh my goodness, there's more over here. Maybe I'll just pull them away. No, see, there's another snail. What is it with you guys? It's like snail terrorists. I do have to be careful. Oh yeah, I don't mind if the bugs get the... I don't care about the dead bodies for the dillos. I just don't want the bugs to be going after me, because I just want to tame my snail and in a peace. But no, these are no... Oh, I actually have to land, don't I? It's alright. I'll just... Come on. There we go. So what's chasing the dillo there? Snake. Fantastic. Oh, is that snake? No, that's a... Okay. Eat this snake. Oh my goodness. Do I have to kill everything in this area? Okay, so that snail is waiting to wake up. I can't do anything until it wakes up. Let's take a peek. Oh, there he goes. Oh, he's purple. 85. I need to put the cake in my last inventory slot, I think. Actually, I don't even remember. I'll be honest with you. Oh, that's right. He's inside. Here. I said here. Let's take a bite of this, not the cake, just so it doesn't warn me. That's why we also want them. What do I do? Wait, do I have to knock him out? This is hilarious. I don't remember how to tame a snail. I don't have to knock him out, do I? Maybe I do. I thought they were passive tame. Uh-oh, somebody's getting chased. What do we got? It's just dillos. This is hilarious. I don't remember how to tame a snail. So, guess what? I am going to pause it here. I'm going to look for the other snail. Hello. It's funny, I can't land in a lot of these places. It's coated, it must be coated as water. There we go. So, nobody else in the area. We've got some happy Phiomias. Oh, there's Achatina paste. F? No? Seriously, dude. Oh, that is E. No, nothing. Nothing. Wow. Alright, well, there we go. Gotta pay attention to what you're doing in your game. Let's take a minute to find out. Talk to you soon. Hello, we're back. It's nighttime as usual, and we're at home. Yes, I did find that we had to tame the snail in the normal way, but not the super normal way because they're very fragile. But one of the best things we can do with snails is carry them. Now, I don't think I can carry them, but I know that my wonderful Pteranodons can. So I grabbed him, I brought him back. It turned night in the time that it took me to do that. As always, this game is half night, even though actually when you look at the timing on it, it's a quarter night, but boy does it seem like half night. It's a third night, excuse me. It's a third night and 2/3 during the day, but this is the way it goes. We can carry him back. That's nice. When you're on official servers, haha, past tense, you can't pick up tame dinos. And the reason for that is it's just too easy to have an overpowered flyer steal... Sorry, I said tame dinos. I meant wild dinos. And steal somebody else's dino that they're working on. And that's a pretty nasty thing to do, and people do that anyway, but if you can just swoop in with a flyer and take it away, that's like no effort. That's like just being a lazy pain in the rear. In this case, because you're playing single player, thank you for that. I've gotten like 6 or 7 of those already. Because we're playing... Yeah, 7. The single player, we can pick up these things. So I could turn that off if I wanted, but I'm going to leave the default settings on, and that means I can pick them up and tame them right here if I want to. So what I do need to do before taming, I think, is to whistle everybody so that they don't attack. Yep, everybody's passive. That is bad for these guys out here. I'll whistle him if something comes along, but I don't want anybody to attack this because he's going to take one shot. That's all he can take without being killed, and not from a crossbow or a bow, but from the long neck rifle. I'll craft one. Now I have an engram for a higher power one, but we don't want that. We want lower power. We don't want to kill it, so I'm actually actively going to make a low quality long neck rifle. Also, it's a whole lot cheaper. Now we need the trank. Trank dart. So let's see. We make it at a smithy, so that's nice. We need narcotic, metal ingot, and simple rifle ammo. I wonder if simple rifle ammo is... Rifle ammo. I don't even know what I'm saying. Is in here, but I don't think it is. Oh, you can make it in here. Alright. I have a ton of gunpowder. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Alrighty. I've got a ton of gunpowder. Boop, 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 boop. We don't need many of these, but I'm going to make them anyway. So there's the dart. We need the simple rifle ammo up here. No, that's the long neck rifle. There's the ammo. We have a little bit of metal, luckily. I will just craft 10 because I don't really know what I'm planning on here. We need a bunch of narc. Luckily, I had just made a whole bunch of this because I saw the shiny thing on the floor. Where did it go? It might have just disappeared. We are going to be rolling in this Achatina paste, and you might think Achatina paste looks very familiar in my inventory there, and it does. The Achatina paste is, I'm going to the wrong place, is functionally the same as, not stimulant, it's functionally the same as the, there it is, as cementing paste, but you can't stack it. So when you put them next to each other, they don't want to stack. So, but it's functionally the same. You have like 6 or 7 snails, and you'll have tons of this because they drop it on the ground like this guy's doing. But they also, once you tame them, accumulate it in their inventory, and they accumulate a bunch. I don't remember how much, but it's a reasonable amount. It's a lot. So we get 3 or 4 snails. We're never going to have to worry about that stuff anyway, which is good because there's a lot of stuff I still want to make with the Achatina paste or the cementing paste. So, all right. Let's do narcotic here. Let's make just all the darts we can. So we'll make 20. So there's singles. There's single conversions, but when you make the simple rifle ammo, it looks like you make it's a double conversion, which is nice. That's why you have to be careful when you're looking at these engrams going, oh, I can only make 56 of these. It's like, no, actually you're going to be making 112. So, and some of these are 3 to 1, I think. So yeah, when you make the simple bullets, it's 3 to 1. So it's not obvious where let's transfer over. It's not obvious where that is, which conversion you really need. Okay, we're good to go. 6. You want to hit the fleshy bit, not the shell. So I need, can you please get out of the way? Gone. 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 Seriously, go away. I would like to shoot my snail in peace. You should have conked out. Wait, what level are you? Oh, you're 85. Maybe you need to. There we go. Alright. These are also really good for knocking out any animal. So, I mean, it's not a bad tool to have. I actually use them a lot once I get them. I want to whistle everybody attacky attack. And that is... I think that's the wrong one. Yep, that's still passive. I'll figure it out later. Actually, I would like to have everybody inside passive. I don't really need to worry about... Oh, let's see now. Trash collector's job is never done. I really need to... no, I want to attack for all these guys out here. Behavior, stance, attack. And I definitely want you because you're super fast. I'll come back and get the rest of these later. I'm just wasting time. I don't know when I can feed him, her, it. Is it a him? No, I think it's a nothing. Gender NA. Oh well, such a shame. Get their gender stolen from them. I've got the old bitch cake here. I will put these in the fridge because I did run out. Every single bit of spoiled meat over here is a prime. Alright. E, do I just give it to it? This is funny. I don't remember how to do any of this. I hope it's 1. I guess we have to wait. I don't even know. I don't even know how much food. Clearly there's a bunch. I didn't want both of them in here though. There we go. That's just 1. I have to say this is as convenient as it gets because all the rest of it's right here. I have no idea actually with this. This is a fairly high level I don't remember how much food each one of these veggie cakes takes. Looks like the unconscious and the food is reducing at about the same level. Of course, we can have tons of, we have loads of the, excuse me, sirs, narcotic around, so it's not going to be a problem. I guess I can pet everybody again. Hey, back here. Need to pet you. But, you know. Oh, there we go. Half. Wow, it's going to take 3. It's going to take 3 to tame it. That is an 85, right? In order not to waste this, you actually really only want low levels. So it's not a waste, but, you know, it's going to take a while. Okay, so there's the second one. I am going to need to use... If only I had some narco berries around. If only I was completely full. I put all narco berries on this side. I was really disappointed when I found out that when you plant these, you don't get different colors from the different berries. I mean, that would be such a nice quality of life improvement, because all of these are different berries here at the front. Nope, sorry, they're all the same color. So I'm like, the heck with that then. I'm just going to make them all the functional ones that I need. Alright, we are going to eat a lot of those. Okay, love that sound. It's gross. So yeah, that was one of the sort of disappointments when it came to planting this side here. It's just like, okay, fine, we're just going to make it all narco berries so that when I need to make those types of things, I have just tons. As it turns out, in order to make... Come on, are you done yet? No, still waiting. In order to make the medical brews, you actually need tinto berries as well. And I either had one or I think I just had this. No, this wasn't the only tinto berries. The one down here was the only one that I have. So I actually replaced, yeah, so we're up to 300 already. And I replaced whatever was in here. It was probably an Amar, yeah, it was a yellow berry with the red berries. And I'll probably replace some more because you use a lot of those in making the medical brews, but the medical brews are a great thing to have. They're just instant health. You can spam them as much as you want. Yep. And let's go ahead and waste yet another veggie cake. But, you know, we've got a nice... oh, yeah, the torpidity's going up, so I'm just going to transfer these out because it's going to... what was that? What's this? Is it going to eat it? No. There's a cooldown time. I don't know. Sweet vegetable cake's an interesting thing. I was just reading. A very interesting way to do boss fights is to take advantage of the Therizinosaur in the fact that the Therizinosaur can passively heal itself with veggie cake in its inventory. So one of the best ways to actually fight your bosses is to get a... Oh, sorry. Thought there was something happening there. Was to get a Therizinosaur, a whole bunch of Therizinosaurs high level, and just pack them full of cake. They can heal themselves passively as they're doing the fight. You don't even have to go in and actively do that. And they pretty much wipe the floor with many of the bosses. Add in a Utyrannus for the Courage Roar. Add in a the Piggy for the other passive healing, and you're pretty much good to go. In fact, I think you may not even need the Piggy if you're actually doing the veggie cake plus Therizinosaur boss fight. So I doubt I'm going to spend the time to to tame 20 of those. I really only want one, maybe. They're kind of ugly. I do like Therizinosaurs. They're one of my favorite, but it's a long tame and they're kind of ugly. At least they don't make bad noises like a Gallimimus, so that's good. Oh, there we go. I haven't even thought of... I had a clever name for the snail. Oh yeah, okay, fine. I'm gonna name him this. Let's see. Snail. And it's LXE, snail. Alright. Go look that one up if you're interested. Okay, I don't even know what they eat. I think they may actually eat... not sure, really. In any case, we want to disable following. We want to enable wandering. And now, in his inventory, he will still drop those Actina pastes, but he will keep them in his... He will keep an additional set in his inventory here for the entire time that he's around. So, there's one already. I wish I could pick it up. There we go. It's going to get more chaotic in here, and as I mentioned, I want the monkey as well. Alright, I think we're done here. This has already gone on way too long, and I think this is going to be our tame for this video. We're not going to go and do a dung beetle tame. We already have a new one in here anyway. His name is Paul. So wherever Paul is, he is our new dung beetle. And our tame, basically, for this episode was this guy. I will probably get 1 or 2 more between episodes, and maybe in the next one we'll grab the extra crystal for this roof and get going on it, because we've been putting this off long enough. In any case, here is your chaos. And until next time, I'll talk to you later and have fun.